Hello, my name is Lost Memon, and this is one of my extension projects. So for this extension project, I worked on the Scrabble Scorer. It was a pretty fun and it was a challenging project to do. Also, I actually learned a lot from this project, and I got a lot of help from Mr. Barlow. He kind of guided me where to go and what to use and what I should not do. And so I'll walk you guys through this. So at first we ask the input, like we ask the user to what words do you want to input, and for here we just lowercase it so that it's easier to do. It's just better to lowercase because if it has capitals, it wouldn't count it in this list. So it's just better to make it. And what ask.split does is actually a very good command. Mr. Barlack showed me in the Blackberry docs to look more into it. It's actually very good. It helped me a lot. Without this, I would have been still stuck with this because I had no idea what to do. I was just marking each character by itself. It was a waste of time what I was doing. And this helps a lot because I could check each word and its characters at the same time even. And these lists will help us a lot. This is the order list, number list, and the current list. You'll see how this works in a second. So for this function, this checks the words by ask. So like it checks each time it asks each word there. I'll show you guys here. So it's the sum, the current value. This is a master. This is very important. Mr. Barlow said there's a way you could do this, and I chose this way. He said that just make a master list and put all these lists in there, all these other lists, just the values of each letter in there, and then yeah, just push them in the master list, of course, and then with this is very important. This is the var I. This actually checks the index, these lists. It checks which list to check. And this is J. Actually, we started at 1 here on purpose because we want to skip it off with these values because these values will help us determine each value for each character. And uh, and and for Z, we just if there's multiple characters, like multiple words, we just check it with these Z. It checks for each character in the user input. Yes. And then there's a bonus you could put. I just did the mid size. I did a very lazy way. I don't know how to do this, but I just did it a very lazy way. I think I'm still kind of confused on this part. I just did it the easy way, so I was like, let me just put this. I just added the letters and the plus 50 because it's a bonus. But here's where actually the magic happens. I mean, I like to say magic, but yeah. Here we just say, like, let's say water. Let me just write water first. So we know that it equals 8 because we're going to check it here actually, letter by letter. Actually, we're going to just start off with W. So we're going to check with W. W is actually here on list 4. So I actually has to be if mlist index 3 because it starts off 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's in 3. And where J is, so we don't start at 0, but we start at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it actually stops at 4, J. And that stock character is 0 because we're starting at 0. The W is the first letter. And what we do here is we immediately after we find our letter. Actually, we immediately check its first index in the list. Yes. So we just check here if m list I because this is stopped at like list 4, so we 3, and we check the index of 0, and it's a 4. We have a value of 4 for W. The C value equals that, and we add the C value to the sum. The sum will help us a lot at the end because we're gonna find each sum. We're gonna find the sum for each of the words, and we just put the words in here so that it actually goes through the function. And this was one of the nice. I'm very happy I knew about this. I came up with an idea to actually check for like the greatest. I mean, of course, Mr. Barlow helped me with this one too, but I did this kind of through winter break. So what I did here first is I looked for the greatest number in the list. So when I found the greatest, so it just kept going on. If it's more than great, make that great. It make that C list J great. So I just kept doing that, until I got the greatest. And if I'm at the end, go do one checking for me. So I do again. Go check the for loop again for me, please, and then check if the great equals that particular index spot at the C list. If it does, okay, now go do this for me. Uh, Put the order list, push the asks D because that's where it actually stops. See, this helps a lot because I know where it stopped. It just immediately push whatever the word it was and whatever the value of the word was, so you can easily equal it. And we just splice it out, because if we don't splice it out, it will just keep it giving us the same word. Because it's better to splice it off, of course, because this is going to give us the same word, and we're going to be stuck in a loop. So it's just better to have this, because we're going to splice, because we're going to go down. We're going descending already, of course. And we just reset everything here. Grade equals 0, D equals 0, and J equals -1, because we want to do one more loop about it. And here we write the input here. I think, yeah, actually, yeah. Really, I think this worked the best for me, in my opinion. I really love just finding the greatest and just sorting them out, greatest to smallest. I was just happy doing that. I was very happy, and I actually solved that. And we just do the input. I just write them down here. The OR list P. Here it is. So let's do water, nice. I like to do QZ, because I know QZ immediately equals 10. I mean 20, sorry, but Q equals 10, so we should be right. QZ should be first. Yep, 20, 10, perfect. It all works very, very well. Yep, thank you for watching, and goodbye.